Welcome to adilas. This is a tutorial on how to add or edit your expense types or your deposit types. And to start with, the expense types and the deposit types are those that are going to show up on your income statement and or on your balance sheet as those different account types. If you go under system maintenance, you have two links here. One is for expense types. The other is for deposit types. If you go to the add expense types and you scroll down a little bit, you'll see that there are already a few canned expense types that exist in the system for you. And whatever ones that you wish to add to that, you would come up to the top and you would select your grouping. So let me take a look down here and see. Looks like under utilities all we have is telephone. So I'm going to add one in here under utilities. So I'm going to choose my utilities category, and I'm going to add in here, I'm going to add in sewer water. And you can add whatever naming convention that you want into these, and I'll put in all sewer and water bills. The next step is to choose whether you want it to be shown or hidden. And if you have it on show to all, that means that anybody who has the ability to add an expense receipt will be able to see this account. If you have it show only for admin, that means only the people that have the admin permissions can see this. And this is very helpful if you have multiple stores and you have employees who are entering in possibly their own expense account items or some of the items for the store. You may not want them to see the entire list because a lot of that list might have balance sheet items on it, and just real deep items that they're never going to expense purchases to. So you can set that up and split that between them. You can also have a sort order, and the sort order is how that shows up when they are actually adding that item on the expense account. And then of course a status bar and add account. So I'm just going to go ahead and add account. Once I go back to the accounts home page and I scroll down, I can see underneath utilities that I have put in the sewer water. If you want to change up these group namings, the subgroup and the account, you can go up here to the top and you can go to manage account groupings. And the account groupings gets very deep. It will go to 5 levels. So you start over here by selecting either income statement, balance sheet, and then you start adding in these different categories. So your first choice is a combination of either of these, and then your next choice is you name the group, and then that group comes over onto this side and shows up over here, and then you're able to additionally choose it and then add another group in here. Once these are added, if you go back to your expense types, what you're going to find is that you've added another grouping in here. So this is how you build these groupings. There's a link here at the top that will take you to switch deposit types, or you can also find deposit types from the main switchboard homepage under system maintenance over here to deposit types. Once you're on deposit types, you have essentially the same thing. You have a list of deposit types that are included in here, and for the most part all of these that are in here are pretty much everything that you need. The only additional one that you may need if you're doing cash transactions at like a register is you may want one that is that goes to normal revenue, but it's called cash over short. And usually you usually have to add one of these, so I'm just going to copy that same one and paste it in here. Control C copies, Control V paste on all computers, and then I would just add the account. Again, once I go back to the accounts home page and I scroll down, I see that I have my cash over short that can be used on deposits. So these are the deposit types, and also on the deposit types you can also manage your account groupings over here as well. If you want to go real deep and add different account groupings, you can. If I go back to the links at the top are my deposit types, or here's my expense types. So these are all the types, and This concludes a tutorial on how to add either expense types or deposit types, and I found those from the main switchboard homepage under System Maintenance. And you've got Add Edit Expense Types, Add Edit Deposit Types. Thank you for choosing adilas.